Attitudable opens the door to a new world of people transforming lives and the way we do business. Would you like to thrive in today's communications? Welcome to our podcast. My guest today is Gordana Panayotovic. Gordana is an International Coach Federation member and she holds the Professional Certified Coach credential. She has published more than 50 articles about communication and business skills in monthly business magazines like Biznis and Ekonometar. And she also was a speaker in numerous HR conferences, forums, webinars, and panels. Welcome to our podcast, Gordana.
Thank you so much, Dolores, and thank you for having me here today with you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Would you like to add something to your introduction?
Well, I can tell you a lot of things, but first of all, maybe to start with the faculty that I finished, because that is a story that I like to share as anecdote. Because I finished economy, University of Economy and Statistics and Informatics as major department. And then I started to work as a programmer. Really soon after that, I realized that I much prefer working with people. So that is where I moved my career toward training and coaching and everything else. So that is how I did it. But definitely connected to my career, I have more than 20 years of experience in different companies, in different industries, larger companies, global and international, and also smaller companies with consulting services, mainly connected to HR. So that is one side of the story. That is my love, HR first of all, and mainly development field. And the other side is customer service. So always I'm trying to connect HR with customer service, because I think that people who are working in HR and also managers in each company or organizations, they should be role models for each employee. So that is the reason that we are trying all the time to provide the best possible service to our customers, internal customers, our employees. And I would say that nowadays it is not sufficient for employees to be satisfied with the service, with the support from HR, but to have that wow effect. So they can say, really, I like my HR because they are doing so many things for me and they really care about people. They are not using just words like employees are our biggest asset or whatsoever, but they are really living that story. That is what I really like.
Exactly. Awesome. And you think that in the corporate world, let's say, the values of the company has different faces, let's say, sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. When we say something like that, definitely I would agree with how you define that, many faces. Why I usually say that? Because, for example, if you have in the company values like teamwork or integrity or innovation or whatsoever, usually you have 5 to 6 values. And then we need to live our life, our professional life, according to those values. But when we say that they have different faces, first of all, I think that each employee can understand those values in a different way. So it is really important when we are talking about culture and values in the company that each company should provide certain trainings or workshops according to what our values really means. So how we can really connect with them. And usually I'm talking about that missing link. And what is the missing link? The missing link are our personal values. So what I cherish as a person, what is important to me, how I live those values throughout each day. And then if I can connect my personal values with company values, then I'm going to work with happiness and satisfaction. And I'm really keen to contribute and I'm motivated to do that. So that is the reason that I say that, culture and values, they have many faces.
Great. And is it possible to adapt or let's say transform the new person or the new employee to be aligned with the values of and the culture of the specific company?
That is an interesting question. I would say that when we are talking about recruiting new people in the company, it's really important to find the right culture fit. So we need to think, okay, what is our candidate persona? Who we would like to have in our company? Who would be the best fit in my team concretely? So according to that, we are conducting interviews and organizing some testing or whatsoever. And then the person is joining team. It's really important to do that because unfortunately, I think that it's not easy to, as you said, transform someone or if someone is not aligned with our company values, to do that when the person is joining company, because we are growing our values and our beliefs from our childhood. And usually if you ask someone, then the person would say, okay, yeah, what I cherish, what is important to me in my life? Well, for example, freedom, or family. And then if I join company who will all the time give me strict rules and instructions, and I'm creative a person, I would like to have, open hands and open thoughts about some issues that I would like to contribute with, then I have a problem to adapt to that. Or company have strict rules, not flexible hours, or maybe I have to stay at work even longer than 8 hours per day. And then I'm missing that part which is important to me, and that is, for example, my family. So I can start working in such company, but I would say that really soon after I start, I would realize that that company maybe is not such a good match for me, and I would go at work without happiness or satisfaction. And soon after that, I can maybe start thinking, okay, I would like to change this company. I'm not happy with this. So it's really important at the beginning to connect with each candidate values and to see if the person is right match for the company, but also for the candidate is important to see if this company is right match for me.
Yes, we have to take that into account when applying for different companies, no?
Yeah, that's true. We need
Where
to
I would like to,
investigate a little bit and to try to find out as much as possible about the company and the culture, because that is important.
exactly.
According to certain surveys, on first two places is not even in the countries where the salary is really important, and people are really sensitive to salary and everything else connected to benefits. But still, on first two places, the main reasons for leaving company are, first of all, atmosphere in team. So we need to go to work and to be relaxed, to be professionals, but also to have some fun. Because if fun is my value, I cannot wait until, I don't know, evening or weekend to have fun. But I need also to have fun at my working place with my colleagues. So atmosphere in team, positive culture, that is really important, and that is number one. And also, second thing is connection with the superior. So what is my relationship to my superior? What kind of communication do we have? What kind of cooperation? If that is not good, if my work is not recognized, and someone is not cherishing or appreciating my contribution, that then again I'm not so happy, and probably I will try to find another job.
Exactly. And where you are not feeling well, and you don't, as you say, you may perhaps not get on very well with your colleagues and your superiors, you cannot also, it's very difficult to develop your own career, your own profession in such a difficult atmosphere. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And it seems like when you were talking about that, I imagined I saw a person who is closed within the box. So it's really hard to think out of box, as we like to say. And somehow it's not easy to show what really values do you have. It's not easy to show how you can really contribute and how you can really share your experience, your knowledge, your expertise and skills. So it's really important that each person in the company, each employee in the company has a possibility to show how she or he can contribute in his or her own way. And we need to see the person in a I would say, that is my personal opinion, in a holistic way, you know, and not just to be focused, okay, you need to improve this, you need to improve that, okay, you are good in this and that. We need to take care how we are giving feedback to the person, how we are supporting when we talk from the manager position, how we are supporting our employees, what is the message that we are sending. Can we praise someone? Can we say thank you? Because that's really, really something which is important to people. And I'm afraid that sometimes we are not having time to do that, or somehow we are missing that, or somehow we are focused on some mistakes or whatsoever. But it's really important to say thank you for everything that you are doing. And then we are creating really cooperation, and then we are getting support from our employees, because each manager is successful when he or she have behind his back, to put it like that, a team of people, because only together we can achieve more. We know that is something that we usually say for teams. So yeah, we need to give a proper chance to each person to show his best potential. And that is what we are doing, for example, when we use different development tools in the company. We can support people through, I don't know, trainings, workshops, coaching, mentoring, and different tools that we are generally using.
That as you just mentioned, the training and all the support and coaching that you provide, how they differ, I mean, in meaning, because sometimes people tend perhaps to confuse between training, coaching, mentoring, but they are not, of course, the same. Can you explain that?
Yeah, for sure. That is also a great question, because sometimes we have that mix up. Okay, what is this and what is that? It is similar somehow, but usually training is connected. You know, you have a trainer who is coming with his expertise, with his knowledge, and then we have a certain topic. For example, today we can do on our training, we can do conflict management or presentation skills or whatsoever, some other topic. But then you're defining topic in advance, and usually training is done within certain group of people. I don't know, from 6 or 8 to 15, 20, depending of the topic or the possibility to have interaction with your participants. Then you have some results, but it's not easy to measure what are concrete results or improvements from training. So yeah, you have evaluation at the end of the training. You have some people maybe who are leaving and implementing something in their daily business life, but usually it's not easy to measure it. When we talk about coaching, for example, then we are talking about different attitude. First of all, we can talk about individual coaching, which is mainly connected to working with managers when we are talking about corporate life, or maybe individuals when we are talking about some physical entities who are coming to coach and asking for certain kind of support. For example, I would like to open my own company, or I would like to deal with the stress better, or I don't have enough self-confidence, so I would like to work on that. And then the coach is focused with the client on those certain topics, which means that in coaching, client is coming with the concrete topics. For example, how I'm doing that, because usually the coaching is connected to more sessions, not just one, because change is not coming overnight, but you need to work on yourself. And then on the first session, for example, we are defining a long-term goal. And then on the second, third, fourth, fifth session, the client is coming with his topics. So coach doesn't know what we will talk about on the coaching session, but client is coming with the topic, and then we are talking about certain issues connected to that particular topic. That is something which is really important in coaching, and the results are really fast and visible. And coachee, or the client, Usually we are talking about coachee when we are talking in a corporate environment, and client maybe when we are talking about individuals and physical entities. He or she knows by him or herself that the results are there, because we are also defining, okay, for example, Dolores, you have a certain topic. How will you know that you achieved these results that you would like to have when we finish with our coaching sessions? That is one question that I'm asking. And then you will say, I will know by this, by this, by this, and then we are measuring that. And at the end of the coaching sessions, at the end of each session, I'm asking about the value. What was the value for you in connection to this coaching session today? Or what is the value at the end? Did you get your result? Where you stand at the moment? So you can see as a client for yourself where you have been at the beginning and where you are at the end of the coaching sessions. So that is somehow I would describe the difference like that. Of course, when we are talking about coaching, as I said before, we can talk about coaching one-on-one, or we can talk about team coaching. For example, that we would like to boost maybe team energy or cooperation between team members, or they need to be aligned around certain project or whatsoever, or we are defining mission, vision, certain goals, strategy. So that is when team coaching is done. So in that situation, coach is facilitator. And as you are doing at the moment, coach is asking questions, using different techniques, leading client, that the client by himself is coming to certain solutions. So I'm not in advisory position. It is advice-free zone. I'm not telling, okay, Dolores, for you, it would be great that you do this, this, and that. I did it, and I had great results. But my way maybe is not your way. So it's really important that coach is supporting client, that the client is coming to his or her own answers and finding the best possible way for him or her to achieve certain goals. So coaching is mainly focused to future and achieving certain goals. I would put it like that. And for example, if we compare that with psychotherapy, psychotherapy is mostly connected to past and digging, to put it like that, something from past or from our primer family, to find out what happened over there in order to understand it and to give ourselves possibility to react in a different way in certain situations. That is my kind of definition. And mentoring is connected to position of mentor and mentee, where mentor is sharing his professional, usually connected to professional experience, knowledge, and everything else on certain topics with mentee. So it is a different kind of communication, and mentoring is talking much more or asking from mentee to do some things and so on. In coaching, client is talking more 80% and coach only 20%. Usually coach is connected to questions which are opening client to see things from a different perspective. So when a client says in coaching, aha, well, I didn't think about that. That is a great question, powerful question, which was asked by a coach.
When that happens, you say it worked. I mean, it is working.
Yeah.
And is it, as you said, it's measurable. So there are ways to know if you improve, I mean, if you move on and you get like in a better position than from the beginning. And the length, or how long does it take, for example, to if you have a specific objective, as you said, and then how long does it take to reach that?
It is really connected to concrete client. You know, we cannot predict that. We cannot define it. Usually what I'm proposing to my clients, usually I'm proposing for them to start with 10 sessions, for example, and then to see where they stand. Of course, some of them are, choosing to start with 10 sessions, or somebody would say, okay, I would start one by one. I will not go with a package or whatsoever. And I really agree with that. I respect whatever client is looking for. And I respect also the frequency of coaching sessions. Usually what we are doing, it is one session per week. In business environment, it can be one session per 2 weeks, because in the meantime, there are some homework to do, some action steps, as we usually call that in coaching. So I would recommend something like that, but at the end, always client or coachee is telling, okay, this is my pace. So I would like to go with this or that solution. I would like to work on this and then that topic. For example, I didn't have that situation, but if the client is coming, and then we agreed that we will talk, for example, about opening some private business, or I don't know, something like that. And then on the other session, client is coming and telling me, okay, I would like now to work on my health issues. And then on the third session, hey, I would like to work on my partner relationships or something like that. Then usually I react, because I say, okay, what is the priority here? Health issues, partner issues, opening your business, because we are jumping from one topic to another and somehow we are not moving in the certain directions. So then I'm asking, okay, what is going on here? Can you think what is really the most important at this moment, so we can focus on that, and then we can go to another topic when you achieve certain results.
Because in a way,
I'm not a teacher. I'm not giving bad marks or something like that. But usually, if the person is also not doing his or her action steps that he or she defined on the coaching session, I'm asking for that. I say, okay, so did you do what you said that you will do in the meantime? Well, I didn't have time. I didn't have this and that. I say, okay, usually think about that. What is happening? Is that really important to you? Because when things are important to us, then we are focused on that. And that is becoming our goal. And we have that goal all the time in front of our eyes. And usually when we have goal in written, then our brain is focusing us and moving us to go toward that direction that we would like to go.
and you need to work, as you said, get involved and engage so as to see the progress.
Yeah, we need really engaged people. So first of all, we cannot work, for example, in the company, if management, leadership team decides that, for example, director level will have coaching sessions. And then coachee comes in the company, and then you see that some of those directors or one person or whatsoever is not so keen to do that. Is not interesting. Is not opening, talking, maybe doesn't believe or whatsoever. Then I usually talk to that person and I ask, so are you really interested to do this? Are you ready to change something, to work on something? Because I think that each person, me also, we have so many issues to work on, and we can be our better version from day to day, and it's really important to think about that, to find and define and accept that I am who I am at the moment, but this is where I would like to be. In order to do that, I need to, I don't know, go on psychotherapy or coaching or find a mentor or read so many books or watch some videos, whatever. But usually I don't think that just reading books or watching videos is enough. We need to do something additional with support from people with certain expertise. And we need to find the best possible coach for ourselves. That is always something that I'm recommending. So yeah, we are in a position now to find coach even globally, or I don't know, somebody who is living next to my door, but he is a super coach, but somehow I don't feel comfortable with that person. Okay, but I can find maybe some other person from a different part of the world. And there I see myself moving and going in the direction that I would like to go. So it's really important to find coach who is resonating with the client.
Exactly. And after this pandemic, when everything is, let's say, back to normal or the new normal, as you said, we will realize that we are all connected, no matter which part of the world you live in. I mean, we can be in touch and work together despite distances.
Yeah, definitely. Something that you notice that is really true, what is happening nowadays, and as you said, new normal. Somehow, personally, I'm refusing to accept that, and I'm all the time waiting for that past normal to come back. But definitely, I think that the things are changing in a way that for sure we are connecting more in a different way. And this is also opportunity for us to meet, between Argentina and Serbia. You
Mhm.
are in Latin America and we are in Europe, and I couldn't imagine that 1 month or 2 months ago, or I don't know, that I will meet you and that I will have this opportunity to talk with you
Yeah,
about these great topics like culture, values, coaching, or other things. So I think that we are going more now to online platforms, definitely, and also training. I prefer really training face to face and coaching face to face, because that way we are also exchanging some energy, we are exchanging our experience, we are discussing more. I think that we are learning more, but definitely we need to accept and understand that we need to move maybe some training which was previously done face to face. Now we need to move into e-learning or blended learning, which is combination of face to face and e-learning, or doing some webinars, podcasts, or whatsoever, because it's great that now we have opportunity to share our knowledge, not just now, of course, but also in previous times. But
mhm.
now it is more often used, and I would say that we need to, go with the flow.
Exactly. And I've never heard about that. Is it, I mean, a good approach, the blended approach that you mentioned, like mixing both
Yeah,
options?
I would say it's really great opportunity, because still you have that energy boost from your team members when we meet face to face. And as I say, nothing can change that position of or possibility to discuss things and to exchange experience and knowledge. Then we are learning also a lot. If I'm sitting by myself in front of my laptop and I don't know, going through a certain course or something like that, then I don't have that kind of exchange. But of course, that I can also learn a lot. So blended learning is combination of both. So I can do some things with my team, or maybe face to face or whatever. But on the other side, I also have some engagement which is done online with a live webinar and trainer or facilitator who is behind the story, or maybe I'm just watching some pre-recorded course and just getting certificate at the end.
I agree. And as you said, I really agree that you need, I mean, it's a game changer when you have the professional guiding you and helping you, despite all the videos and the books you may have read on the topic, and you may also learn a lot, but you really need the guidance of the expert.
Yeah, that is true, because as I said before, I had so many clients who came to me and they said, yeah, but I did a lot by myself. I read this and that or watched this and that, but somehow that was not sufficient. That was not enough. Or I had certain clients, or not clients, to put it like that. So they say, oh, coaching, that's something which is not so good, or I don't feel that that is something which is giving results, but I can do it by myself. Why do I need coach? And then after, I don't know, several years, I'm asking them again. So usually I'm talking also about my friends, and they say, I ask usually, okay, what did you do in the meantime? Did you move in the direction that you wanted to do, or where you wanted to go? And they say, well, I didn't have time, or I didn't have the energy, or I didn't have this and that. So that is usually, unfortunately, something which is happening. So when you have a support, then you can really jump into the client position, client seat. And then somebody else, I also have a coach for
Mhm.
certain situations. So I'm not doing that by myself. So I like to be in a position of a client. So somebody else is leading me and I'm coming to my concrete results or concrete ways of doing things. So that is something which is really, really important, because, you know, for coaching, you need to go through certain courses, and really serious coaches, they have also credential by worldwide recognized organization. For example, one of them is ICF, International Coach Federation. And for this kind of credential that I have, you need to do so many things. You need to go through certain steps. You need to have really a lot of training hours. You need to go through online testing with, I think, 150 or 80 questions, something like that. And you're doing that online questionnaire during the 3 hours, where you are proving your expertise. And you don't have the books for that, but you need to have only your expertise. And in order to get and to gain PCC level, for example, you need really certain number of coaching hours, which is proving that you're really in continuous education, that you're following golden standards, that you are respecting some code of conduct and ethics, and that you are really someone who is respecting client privacy, because confidentiality is really important when you're doing coaching or psychotherapy or whatever you're doing with the clients.
I imagine. Yes, the same as language and the way we express ourselves, as you say, is so important, and having that help to really express and work, collaborate is essential. Not more today than ever, I think.
Yeah, that's true. For example, I had really also great opportunity to cooperate with some companies from United States, UK, and I worked with them on some global projects. And one of projects I'm really proud of, and that was a cooperation with a company from UK, was a support to women leadership.
Wow.
In hotels. I will not tell the client name at the moment, but it's really a big name in hotel world, to put it like that. And so they were supporting women leadership, and that was really a great project. So I had opportunity to work with different ladies with different culture and different background. We had coaching sessions in English, because they are really great with the English language. So everything is possible nowadays, you know, and maybe, I don't know, 10, 20 or 30 years ago, we couldn't imagine that you can work globally and work in English with so many different nations, and, you know, but I think that now we don't have borders, to put it like that, and we can really do whatever we imagine, and the courage is really important, and the passion. I really usually connect courage and passion, and then you're going your way.
Excellent. I really appreciate all your thoughts, your tips, and we highlight the importance of really coaching your own, as you said, values and your own culture, and you can like blend all together in order to have the perfect result or the desired result for each specific situation or the client's needs. So thanks a lot, Gordana, for your tips. And how can people get in touch with you?
Well, you can either find me on LinkedIn, definitely. So you can just type in my name, and then you will see me over there. I think that my name in LinkedIn is Gordana Panayotic, ICF PCC, because that is how I identify myself. So that is my primary ID. You know, I have also really big son, but usually I don't say, oh, well, I am mother. I really love him. But usually I say, yeah, I'm a coach and a trainer. That is something that I really enjoy doing in my life. And so you can contact me definitely through LinkedIn, or you can write me. I can share my email address. So it is my first and last name with a dot between them. So Gordana.panayotovic@eaglesmart.rs.
Perfect. I'll write everything on the show notes for the people who find you. And we really appreciate again all your help. And let's keep in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much for this great opportunity. I'm really glad that I had this opportunity to share my thoughts with you and your audience. And I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to meet you personally, Dolores. So thank you so much.
Same to me. Thanks, Gordana. Thank you.